Hey guys, Richard here with Downgrid Survival. While I'm out here in this heavy traffic getting nowhere, I thought I'd drop another video. I want to address something that I was talking about in a video I released 2 days ago when I was talking about how much is enough, and I was talking about preps. And a viewer left a comment that kind of inspired me to release this video here. So in that other video, basically we just talked about a lifestyle change and just continuing to prep. With everything that we face in this world, there's no preparing for one single event, right? And getting ready for that one single thing, waiting for it to pass, and then expecting that everything's going to be okay on the other side of that event. So I want to take that a little bit further and talk about not just 30 days worth of preps and food, or 6 months or 2 years or whatever that you're planning for at this point in time. But because think of it this way. So let's say you have a year's worth of preps and a year's worth of food, supplies, whatever. And we have a serious event and you have to rely on those food and supplies. What happens a year from now if that event is continuing and things haven't cleared up and we haven't found ourselves on the other side yet? Then what do you do? Because now you're out of preps, right? So this video is about sustainable preps. And it's something every one of us, every one of you should be thinking about. And that is, what happens when you start running out of preps? How do you care for yourself at that point? And so when I'm talking about sustainable preps, I'm talking about a permanent means of being able to filter and clean water. We've got water filtration. You've seen videos that I've released about water filtration. What happens when those break down and fail? What happens when I no longer have water filters to use with those devices? We've talked about food and what happens when you run out of food and you no longer have a year's supply of food because you've eaten it up and we're still not on the other side of things. What do you do? So think about that and think about, take time to learn how to filter and clean water with materials that you can find in nature, or that is not something you have to rely on that comes from a store. You can filter water using dirt, rocks, sand, and you can get some pretty clean water that way. You can really filter out bacteria and viruses and things. That's a sustainable prep, and you need to know how to do that. When your medical supplies run out and you no longer have antibiotics that you've stored up or other medications, your sustainable prep is going to be, how do you make your own meds using nature? You got to put it on your witch doctor hat and be able to go identify and find the plants and weeds and the flowers and the trees and all the things that we can get ingredients from and make our own meds. You need to know how to plant a garden and to be able to continue producing food. You need to know how to hunt and fish. And I'm not talking about, taking out the rod and reel and going out there and fishing, because sooner or later, your fishing rod is going to break. Or you might run out of line, or you might lose all your lures. Or what happens if you're out hunting? Sooner or later, as time passes, mechanical things break down. So you need to get back to basics. We need to get back to Little House on the Prairie, right? We need to go back to caveman living and just pick up some of those skills and at least know how to do some of those things. Whether you learn those skills now, which is a great thing to be able to do if you have the time and are able to do it. But at the very least, pick up a couple of books and that teaches you how to do these things, so that you know how to be able to provide for yourself and your family, your children, your grandchildren, and pass those skills along in the event that we don't come out on the other side like we all hope that we would be able to do when society breaks down, or during World War III, or whatever happens, because there may not be anything left for us, and it would be every man, woman, and child for themselves and simply living off the land, trying to rebuild. So more so than your preps that you have now of 30 days, 6 months, whatever you have. Make sure that you have sustainable, that you have the knowledge and understanding to be able to rebuild those sustainable preps, to be able to go out and get that water, food, etc., etc. Hey, I just released another video talking about the #1 prep that's above all preps. Make sure you go check out that video. It's important to me. I think it'll be important to you, so make sure you look for that one. And talking about books and knowledge and wisdom, I'm going to be releasing another video here real soon with my reading list, where I've acquired books on a lot of these subjects that I've researched and found the best books I feel that are available, at least that I've been able to find, on various topics that really needs to be in your prepper's library. Because the internet's not going to be available, right, for information like these types of videos. It's just not going to be available to you. So you need to make sure you have good old-fashioned books that you can refer to. So be looking for that video. And you know what? That's it for this one. Please like, comment, subscribe below. That really helps me out, and I would appreciate it if you did that. Hey, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.